Your reaction when you first heard that Don Haskins passed?
Oh, man, I just kind of sat there for a minute, not really believing what I was hearing, but as it hit me, I just had a chance to sit and reflect on, what he meant to me and how he was such a big part of my life. So it's tough. It's tough, He was great to me, really taught me a lot about a lot of different things, and there are things that I still apply to my life today. So he will be missed.
What are some of those things he taught you?
Well, I think the first thing he told me when I got here was that if I learned how to play defense the right way, that I could play basketball for a long time. And he taught me how to play defense the right way. And here I am, 20 years later, having played 16 years of professional basketball. And I just feel like, if he doesn't tell me that and if he doesn't teach me that, I wouldn't be, what I am today.
And what is the right way?
Well, I think, the right position, the right attitude, and always make sure that you have your teammates back are some principles that he taught me. And I think just playing with that aggressive attitude, which he didn't allow you to play any other way because he didn't care about scoring. He just felt like if you kept your opponents from scoring and you score one basket, you win the game. So that's what we always believed.
When did you last contact him?
Probably early last year. Talked to him last year.
What was the conversation?
He was talking to me about coming back here and doing some things, and he hadn't seen me, and he didn't like that. And I apologize, should never be too busy to come back here and do anything he needs me to do. But we just laughed and talked about the usual fishing and shooting pool and stuff like that. It was really a great conversation. We actually, sat on the phone a little bit longer than we usually do, but it was a great conversation.
What are your thoughts? What were your thoughts when you had your first practice with Don Haskins? I keep hearing from players that's an experience.
It is. It is. It's shocking that he recruits you with this soft voice, and then he gets you in the gym, and it's like you hear that he's the bear, and you understand why. But I think at the end of that first practice, you realize that this guy really cares about you. He just wants you to be as good as you can be, and he's not going to settle for anything else. And he also demands respect and demands all that you have. So it's a little frightening in the beginning, but believe me, it's worth it.
There's some things he talked about being a man.
Well, we had a lot of conversation because I came in his office, I think, the first time, and you see all these pictures about Texas Western and how he did some of the things that he did that I think he was most famous for. But at the end of the day, he told me, I just played my best 5 guys. And I think more than anything, it just teaches you to be who you are, not worry about everybody else and what's right. Just be who you are. And I've kind of tried to live that way for a long time.
All the stuff you did at Texas Western Kentucky game, did any of that play a role when you come in here?
No, not really. I mean, it was just, for me, it was just a matter of going somewhere where somebody was going to teach me how to play this game. I didn't start playing until I was a sophomore in high school. Really didn't have a lot of knowledge of the game of basketball, so I was looking for somebody to teach me. And in having the few conversations I had with him and Coach Floyd, I knew that they were going to teach me how to play this game.
Talk about how your relationship with him changed and grew once you left UTEP.
In the conversations that we had, he was always stressing the fact that, it's so important to, for lack of a better term, just do things the right way. You don't stay in the game of basketball without trying to improve yourself yearly. You You always got to come back with something new, something. They say you can't do something, you got to prove that you can do it. And we used to just talk about basketball, you know, all the time. And I used to really just sit there and listen, you know, because it was just some of the things that he told me you never think about, but they're just so profound. So, you know, I think you need to. Every guy that I think that you can talk to in the NBA, they have their college coach that they can call on and talk to about certain things, and it was always great to be able to call and talk. Anybody else?